The Department of Labor has three best practices that, well, when we're talking about cybersecurity, and they're focusing on three different topics: service providers, plan sponsors, and participants. So briefly, what the Department of Labor is looking for with the service providers, who are record keepers, payroll vendors, CPAs, TPAs, compliant software vendors, basically anybody who's helping with the plan, right? They are responsible for maintaining the data integrity and security that they are holding. They should also be using MFA, that's multi-factor authentication. You're going to hear the initials MFA a lot today. The service providers should be using MFA where and when possible. This is also not one and done for a security provider. Again, we're going to be using the word journey a lot. They should be reviewing security protocols on a regular basis. Doesn't describe what regular is, but should be reviewing protocols on a regular basis, and consider hiring outside consultants for auditing purposes. If you are a provider and one of the service providers you work with are weak on their cybersecurity, it's going to be up to you to pick up some of their slack. Now then, the plan sponsor is kind of in the middle. The way I think about it is kind of in the middle between the service providers and the participants, because they're responsible for hiring the service providers and they're responsible for some elements of the participants' education. They're obviously responsible for maintaining their own security, not just the service providers and participants. Once again, should use multi-factor authentication whenever possible. They're responsible for securely maintaining participant records in transit and at rest, all right? So it's not just enough to have them in a secure file vault. The in transit means that when they're sharing that data with outside parties, that needs to be done in a secure manner. Once again, there's no requirement to hire outside consultants. You may do your own work, but hey, I can legally remove my own appendix, so why not, right? They're also responsible for participant cybersecurity education. And that leads us to the participants, the third area of focus for the Department of Labor's best practices. They have a responsibility in this as well. They're responsible for logging on and maintaining a secure password with the record keeper and or the payroll vendor or whoever. Now, in my conversations with record keepers, they often say that the weakest part of their cybersecurity is the participants. It's the participants who don't change their temporary passwords to a permanent one and provide other means of identification, all right? Now then, they need to do that. They're responsible for maintaining the security of their own credentials, occasionally checking account activity. That's the way a lot of fraud and misdeeds are found out, by participants seeing it happening in their own accounts, which basically means they generally need to be involved and aware about what's going on.